Hello everybody! My name is Erica and welcome to my channel, Ginger Books. So, welcome to my very first reading vlog on this channel. I am going to try to vlog every day. Is that going to happen? Let's find out. But I wanted to start off the spooky month of October with a reading vlog, even though, yes, it's still technically September. But I am doing month-long readathon called Trick or Treatathon, that is being hosted by Megan A. Peoples. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. So sorry. Wanted to partake in this because this seemed like really cute and really fun, and you can divide up into teams. One of them is Ghost, Vampire, and then Witches and Wizards. However, I didn't really want to sign up. I'm too scared and introverted for that. So I just wanted to do it by myself. Thought it was really fun, so I guess let's get into explaining it. So the Trick or Treat-a-thon, from what I've understood and looking online, which I'll leave links down below if you want to partake in it too, is the Trick or Treat-a-thon. You get your team, and then you get a trick, and you get a treat. So my trick for Ghost, since I picked the team Ghost, is Trampled Spirit, which means I must follow the prompts to a T. I can't, like, supplement books. I actually have to read, I think, 8 books if I remember right. But my treat is Transparent, and you may start the readathon 3 days early. So technically, I have started the readathon. I started it on Saturday with the book I'm reading currently now. However, I have to figure out how to match it into one of the prompts because, as you saw from my Stalking Jack the Ripper video, I have been reading that series. So let's get into the prompts. So the first one is Costume Party, which is to read the group book, which is Caroline. Cool, because I've been meaning to read that book too. Monster Mash is next. Now I have Monster Mash stuck in my head. Which is a team mascot. So team mascot is obviously a ghost, so I either have to read something with the ghost in the title, ghost in the story, which, trust me, maybe I'll go through my cart, but I have enough nonfiction ghost books to last me literally 6 months to read. Fall and foliage. So it has to be like fall colors on the cover. Spooky Hayride, Trip or Quest. Corn Maze, someone gets lost and or finds themselves. I'm gonna have to think on that one. Black Cat, Animal on the cover, which I'm going to have to think really long and hard about because I don't have very many books with animals on the cover, if not at all. So, number 7, Spiderweb gives you the heebie-jeebies. And I have one book in mind, well, 2 books in mind that I've been scared to read or even to get into by this author. So, Scary Movie, read a book and watch the movie adaptation. Okay. Now, this is not the only one that I'm partaking in, because also throughout the month I'll be doing reading vlogs also for Spooktober readathon and also the Spookathon that is this year only by Books and Lala, because when she first started she had 2 other people, but now they are not booktubers anymore or don't put out bookish content anymore. So it is just now Books and Lala, my favorite number 1 person in this booktuber community of all time. Now, since I've read the prompts, the way I kind of read, and I experimented this summer with it, is I realized if I set a TBR list for myself, it feels like I'm back in school and I still have that mindset that if I tell myself you have to read this book, I rebel against myself and say no. So I'm keeping it wide open and giving options just to see what I'm in the mood for. So my books that I have currently... So my spooky books that I have currently on my shelf are 2 that I got from the Owl Crate this month, which is The Boat Houses, and then I have Haunting of Hill House, Serpent and Dove, the last installment of the Stalking Jack the Ripper series, well, Capturing the Devil. I have kind of like a suspense mystery novel, which 2 can keep a secret. I also have a manga, Death Note because I've been needing to read this one. I have Stephen King on here because I have been really meaning to read The Shining. Again, I told you I had nonfiction books too. So I have Ghosts, which has really yellowed pages because it was sitting in a window. Yeah, don't come at me. But I also went and picked up, for fun, because I used to read these a lot as a kid, is the Scary Stories books. So that might be interesting. Also, per recommendation of Books and Lala about this author, Ruth Ware, I picked up The Death of Mrs. Westfall, and you see I got it from Target, because I wanted to try her out. Then I have a couple of more. I'm just going to put that there. Nonfiction, I have Lost, because, I mean, they're vampires. Doesn't that count, right? Dan Brown, Angels and Demons. I have also another mystery suspense author, Heather Graham, Heart of Evil, The Evil Inside, and then The Hexed. Salem's Lot. What else do I have? I think that's pretty much it that I have on this cart right now. However, I'm going to obviously keep reading Escaping from Houdini, which is the third book in the Stalking Jack the Ripper series. I'm absolutely loving this series so much. To be honest, I've had it on my Amazon wishlist for a couple of months, thinking, you know what, maybe that doesn't sound interesting to me, but holy crap, I'm just in it to win it now at this point, and I seriously do not want to read the fourth book because I don't want the stories to end. And I'm totally not looking forward to the ending of this book because I've already been told that you're like, I usually don't cry at books, but my friend told me I'm going to bawl at the end of this book because it just takes such a huge left turn that I'm not ready for. So I'm trying to figure out how this book, since I've already started it and realized maybe it might not fit any of the prompts, see if it can fit any of the prompts. It technically has red on the cover. I mean, the tarot cards, so I could call it fall colors. Someone gets lost and or finds themselves. Not really. I could put it under a trip or a quest, because technically in this book, they're on a cruise ship to America, so they are on a trip. Could do that. And they're also on a quest to find a killer. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to count this as number 4, Spooky Hayride. All right. Well, I'll update you. So far, I'm only about 92 pages into the book, and it has picked up with 2 murders so far that has happened. But other than that, the only big thing that I kind of was like, hold up, was the ringmaster. So they're on this cruise. I guess I should tell you what has happened so far. And the main character, Audrey Rose, along with her uncle, Jonathan, and her soon hope to be betrothed, Thomas Cresswell, they have just finally started kind of courting each other. Not really. Still hasn't really gotten her father's approval. I mean, hence the time period. It's 1889. They're on a cruise ship to America to help Audrey's uncle, Jonathan, who is a forensic scientist, help them in cases that are over in a stumped case over in America. But on this cruise ship, there is this like circus that is hosted by, oh crap, what's his name? His name is Mephistopheles. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Mephistopheles, and he's the ringmaster of this circus. What I'm trying to get at is that Audrey is curious, if I can say the word, if that's a good word, about magic that he does and the optical illusions he has on stage. And she mentions at the beginning of the book, she wants to pull off like the biggest trick like Deception of the Heart or something, and that's kind of what it comes off to, about trying to get the Ringmaster to kind of like fall, I guess not fall head over heels, but be interested in her so she can learn kind of his secrets, because she's already kind of starting to dub him as the suspect at the beginning after the first murder. And then what furthers her suspicion even more is that he, like, there's a note left thinking it is, Thomas wanting to meet her on the deck at at midnight, and it was him trying to strike a deal. And it's like, I don't know, but, and that's where she kind of starts formulating her plan of like deception, of like the deception of the heart or something like that. And I'm like, what the hell are you, like, what? I'm so confused of why she wants to do that. Like, it's now been forgotten, but it's like a blimp that is like in the back of your mind. Like, is this foreshadowing something at the end? If so, I'm not ready for something like that. Please don't break Thomas's heart. Do not break my boy's heart. Please don't. But so far, I'm at the second murder happens, where they find a lady who is strung up and has swords through her, and they're now starting with Mephistopheles' suggestion that she was found, her way she was staged was off the theme of the Seven of Hearts, or the Sword of Hearts tarot card. I may have just butchered that name. I'm so sorry. And now they're kind of investigating, like, could this be, like, who's, murdering these people, and why are they theming them after tarot cards? Are you sure they're not somebody from the Moonlight Circus? Like, what's going on? Or Moonlight Carnival? What's going on? But, stay tuned for more. Hello, everybody. I totally did not read last night. I look like death because I stayed up till 3. Oh wow, I can't tell time. In the morning, watching YouTube videos. So I have this problem where sometimes I fall down this fanfiction rabbit hole. I mean, I look kind of cute with my ensemble, but I definitely feel like I've only gotten 5 hours of sleep, which I only did. I totally was gonna be here at like 9 o'clock or 8:30. Totally didn't get here till like 9:30. Did not wake up until like 8:45. And I just like wanted to roll back over and say that I was sick and just not even deal with today. But I was like, you know what? I need to do stuff. Because I'm not one of those people that likes, even when I'm sick, I don't like to sit down at home at all. So I did not read at all. I was going to try, like, I had the ambition to, and then I just got sidetracked. So I know there's not much reading in this vlog, but however, I am reading today because I have to research for a club I started at work for high schoolers who want more out of history and learn more about history and have a more free space to learn about history. So it's a history club. And I have to read this because in order for them to understand kind of where history came from, you kind of have to learn how did the history profession even come about. And this author, Denise D. Mangarlo, I'm so sorry if I butchered her name. I'm really not good with names. She put out this book called Museums, Monuments, and National Parks. And it's toward a new genealogy of public history. So it's literally the history of like my profession, which is public history and museum studies. And sorry, I'm trying to hold this without a tripod because I can't find my tripod. So it's really a fascinating book. I loved it when I read it in school, so this is why I'm reading it again. I thought this was like the best book that I have read so far that explains the history of public history so well, because a lot of people would argue and say, well, it started in the 60s and 70s with all of the political jargon that was happening around it and actually making it a profession legally or something like that. And well, technically it has been legal, but ignore that. But instead she argues that actually history has been a long-standing thing, and the development of public history actually came from museum monuments and national parks, because they were the ones that kind of pioneered what public history would be kind of even in the 70s and then become today. So her argument pretty much is essentially that. And I really love it. She has it's very straightforward facts, but she. Yo, everybody. I'm really sucking at this reading vlog. But I read some pages yesterday and now I have successfully read in 2 days over 100 pages. So right now I am torn. And that's why I wanted to give you an update, because Mephistopheles is the ringleader of the Moonlight Carnival, as I have stated, I think, previously. And Audrey Rose, they have now just struck up a deal of finding out that Harry Houdini, who's in this story, and that is our historical figure that this story is kind of wrapped around, is betrothed to somebody else. And of course, Audrey's cousin is totally in love with him, to the point where she literally ran away from home to be with him. And so they struck up a deal. If she can help Mephistopheles out, prove the innocence of the Moonlight Carnival and him, in return, since he knows about Houdini's kind of scandalous behavior, she is allowed to tell her cousin her way instead of Mephistopheles' way, which is to expose them publicly and ruin her cousin's reputation. Oh my god. And right now, I think Mephistopheles is interested in Audrey Rose, really interested. This is not an act, but he's going about it in a trickery and debauchery way. And right now I just got to a scene with her and him and Thomas. Oh no. I can see where this is going to lead. And I'm already crying. I'm crying inside. Already. Oh. Audrey, you better know what you're doing. Well, I'm gonna keep reading. Wish me luck. It is currently Friday morning. It's about 12:10. And I'm on page 286. And Audrey and Mephistopheles just kissed. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, the reason why they kissed is because they're about to be caught in the act of looking through one of the carnival people's stuff. Jahan's swords is what they were going to look through for a possible murder weapon.
Well, I guess it could be worse. I could have gangrene on my face. What'd she say?
Oh my god, I'm really hoping Thomas didn't see that. Stay tuned. Update. Not even a minute later. And he was. Oh my god. I mean, the reason why he was there is because he found a ring that kind of unlocks the secret of Mephistopheles and his privileged background with the family crest on the ring. So it's getting juicy up in here. And it's a little over halfway through the book. Oh, I can't stop now. Guys, I'm not okay. It is 2:05 in the morning. It's page 376. And Thomas and Audrey are having the fucking talk. Oh. I'm trying not to cry because she's just breaking his heart, because I mean, throughout the whole book, you know she's starting to have feelings and interest for the ringmaster. But boy, his heart is breaking. I'm not okay. I have to finish this book tonight. I'm only 550, or not 550th pages away from the ending. Wish me luck. Hello, everybody. I know it's been a hot second. I totally was gonna plan on vlogging a wrap up yesterday of the book and my thoughts, and then maybe take you around my hometown's homecoming, because this is my first one in about 3 years that I got to celebrate. But I totally just didn't, because I was literally running on like 4.5 to 5 hours of sleep. And I ended up going shopping with my boyfriend's mom and his cousin, and then hanging out with his cousin. Yeah. I wanted to share something funny with you before I get into the wrap up of the book. I'm selling my old high school band uniforms. My boyfriend's cousin bought them because there was 70 left on a school auction. She bought them for $10, thinking that people would be interested in selling them. So yesterday, I wore one of them to the homecoming game to see if anybody would be interested. Oh boy. I got mistaken. I'm only 3.5, and if I don't wear makeup, I do look like I'm 17 years old. I got mistaken 3 different times for being a part of the band because of that uniform, even though these people just saw the high school band in their new uniforms they've had since 2016. I graduated in 2015 with their uniforms on. And I got mistaken for a retired uniform that has not been worn by anybody, maybe besides like costumes for homecoming, since 2014, maybe 2015. Oh boy, I'm 23 years old. My life, in a nutshell. And it's not the only time it's happened since I've been home. Well, so to get on with the wrap up of the book, I finished Escaping from Houdini, and you saw my emotional mess of 3 in the morning of how that book ended. To give you a synopsis of it, this book takes place on a cruise with Audrey Rose and Thomas Cresswell. They're traveling to America with her uncle, Jonathan Wadsworth, to investigate a string of murders that are kind of almost repeating themselves of the Jack the Ripper case, and they need their help, since they're pretty much the experts on it. And shit goes down. Like, on the first night, there is this moonlight carnival with the mysterious Mephistopheles, and a murder happens with a person that was actually sitting at Thomas's, Jonathan's, and Audrey's table. And everything just kind of explodes from there, and you go on this huge roller coaster with Audrey throughout this whole story, because she gets intrigued by the art of deception, and she wants to pull off her own deception. But in a way, she kind of ends up starting to have feelings for Mephistopheles, even though she is very, adamant that she could not love him that way. But the ending of the book, oh my God. What Audrey put Thomas through, that I'm like, how does Thomas even stay? Why are you doing that to my fictional boyfriend? Stop it. I was not prepared for it. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. However, I have thought about it. I think I'm gonna knock it down to 4 out of 5 because there was some inconsistencies that didn't play up to our Hunting Prince Dracula was. I feel like this book was a little bit more drawn out than it needed to be honest. I feel it could have been a little bit shorter, because there's some instances in the book that you really I don't want to give anything away, but it didn't really need to happen, to be honest. And it felt a little chaotic at the beginning, with everything happening, and then you're getting thrown out. Like, it just felt overwhelming because you felt like everything was kind of getting thrown at you at once at the beginning. I mean, it does sort itself out, but it was just kind of like Hunting Prince Dracula, where it was like the first 20-ish to 30-ish pages where it was just So I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. It had its wow factor at the ending for me like it usually does, but it felt kind of predictable. I could predict what was gonna happen at the end because of what was happening. And I like the element of surprise, and it wasn't surprising for me. I already kind of figured out, and maybe it was because from figuring out with the 2 other books to always expect the unexpected, and maybe that's why it wasn't so surprising. I just didn't get that wow factor like the other 2 books did, especially Hunting Prince Dracula. Holy crap. But so I'm really hoping and really excited that, the last installment of the series, Capturing the Devil, is just as exciting and wraps up the series pretty well, but I'm also like really sad because I don't want this to end. I've grown attached so much to Audrey and Thomas, it's not even funny. Oh boy. Well, that's all I wanted to update you on. Today, I'm probably not going to read as much just because I'm going to a competition in a town that's about 30-ish miles to the north of here that I used to participate in when I was in high school. It's called Algona Band Days, and we're going to the field competition with a whole bunch of people to support, obviously, my hometown's band, and the community college that I went to. They're going to be performing at it too, so maybe I might record some of that for you too tonight. I'll hold myself to it. Do it. Future me. I haven't started Capturing the Devil yet, so I haven't really gotten far into it. I'll let you know if I do read and give you an update. Well, hello everybody. It is Sunday, and I'm going to be ending the vlog early just because I have a conference that starts this afternoon, and I kind of want to add it to the next vlog that I'm doing. I feel like I'm just going to be doing vlogs from now on, and that'll be kind of like what Wednesday upload might be. We'll see how it goes. But I don't think I'm going to get to any reading because I'm just going to be bone tired from talking to people. It always tires me out having to be present at events, so I probably won't read today either. So I'm just going to end it here and then start a new one. This week I should be getting the Unplugged book box for the first time, so I may either do a video or I'll do a vlog of opening it. I haven't really decided yet, but also I'll be going to the conference all day on Monday. It's a 3-day conference, and partially on Tuesday with some work, and I have Wednesday and Thursday off with another conference on Friday. So I'll be taking you along to those, and I will keep my word this time because obviously I have not been keeping my word on this vlog. Oh boy. This is what happens sometimes to me, so, well, anyways, I hope you like this first reading vlog, and I will see you in the next one.